That wife is merely a stranger after all. So you don't need a chair, do you? Stand and eat. Such were the harsh words of my mother-in-law paired with the overbearing and arrogant attitude of my father-in-law. My husband wouldn't help me even when his wife was being harassed. In such a terrible situation, I made a decision. These people don't know it, but I have a power. The power of being a natural airhead. My name is Catherine. At 26, I recently got married, and, at my husband Tyler's request, I quit my job to become a housewife. The start of a sweet newlywed life? No, it was nothing like that. Because we're living with my in-laws. Though we have our own room, there's no privacy in a shared house. Whether I'm changing clothes or doing something else, my in-laws enter without knocking.
This house is mine. What's wrong with entering a room in my own house?
Those were my father-in-law's words. None of the rooms have locks. Since it's my father-in-law's house, I can't just install locks without permission. It feels like I'm a guest to the house, and it's very uncomfortable. On the other hand, my husband, having grown up in this house, spends his days without a care. But for me, it's one sigh after another every day. The reason we live together is because my husband's earnings aren't good. Introduced by an acquaintance, I didn't know my husband's income well. I thought he had a decent income since he asked me to be a housewife, but I was surprised to find out he made less than me. When I suggested continuing my job, my husband vehemently shook his head.
A wife should stay home and wait for her husband to return.
Such outdated thinking led to the conclusion of living together.
My dad holds a decent position at a well-known company. The house is big enough. Living together should be fine, right?
No, not fine at all. However, caught up in the excitement of the wedding, I hadn't thought it through. I want to sit down and give my past self a talk for agreeing so easily. After returning from our honeymoon, we headed to my in-laws' house where we would live. As soon as we opened the door, my mother-in-law greeted us. "Oh, Tyler, welcome back. You must be tired. You should go and take a nice hot bath."
What was that, Slam?
My mother-in-law, who greeted us at the door, pushed Tyler inside, closed the front door right in front of me before I could enter. It was so close to my nose. I think it even grazed the tip of my nose, too. What just happened? Why close the door? I tried to open it, but it wouldn't budge. She locked it instantly. Excuse me. Please open the door. Hello? After pounding on the door for a while, it finally opened. "Oh, you're here. I totally forgot about you." That's all she said before heading inside. Unbelievable, isn't it? Maybe a boxing bell rang in my head at that moment. That was just the beginning of my in-laws' outrageous behavior. The wife is merely a stranger after all. Since we're letting a stranger live here, you'd better do your part properly. Here we go again. You should get up at 4 a.m. every morning. First, sweep outside the house, and then prepare breakfast. Ask everyone what they want for breakfast the night before. And you should eat in the corner of the room after everyone else finishes. After that, it's laundry and cleaning inside the house, and then... Am I a housekeeper or something? If you're going to treat the wife, a stranger as you say, as a housekeeper, then pay me. But as a novice wife, I couldn't dare to say that. I didn't want our relationship to get worse immediately after moving in. So despite being horrified, I followed my mother-in-law's instructions. First, wake up at 4 a.m. While the family is still sleeping, I sweep around the house. This alone is quite the workout since the house is pretty large. I must do it on an empty stomach. After that's done, I prepare breakfast. I open the memo from last night with a request from my in-laws and husband. Father-in-law wants toast and eggs, mother-in-law wants an English breakfast, and Tyler wants bacon and toast. Are the different requests intentional harassment? While they eat breakfast, I make lunch for my father-in-law and Tyler to bring to work. Only after they leave do I finally get to eat breakfast myself. Just as I sit down, my mother-in-law bangs the table for some reason. Startled, I look at her face that resembled that of a demon. Are you okay? Catherine, what was that earlier? What was what? The corn soup you served me for breakfast. Didn't you like it? Like it? That was just instant soup. You just added hot water. Yes, but how else can I make corn soup? Corn soup is made from real corn. Use a blender. But doing that in the morning is a hassle. A hassle? An average person like you should feel lucky to do household chores in a wealthy house like ours. Be honored to make breakfast for me. I didn't understand what she was saying, but she continued to vent her anger at me. That was long. Despite my confusion, my mother-in-law continued her lecture for over an hour. After that, I returned to the remaining household chores of cleaning, doing the laundry, and shopping. Dinner requests were also all different. Should I put up a sign on the front door saying, "Now accepting wife harassment"? I sighed deeply, thinking maybe I should talk to my husband about it. But when he returned home, he said coldly,
What? Why are you tired? You don't even work and stay home every day. I work hard to earn money, so you should at least do the chores properly.
I wish everyone could have the same menu, though.
Why would I care? Is it that bad to request what we want? You're just a carefree housewife, so do that much at least.
Oh, this is hopeless. Before marriage, I didn't realize that my husband cared more about his parents than me. Now I began to see how things really were in this house. First, my mother-in-law can't do any household chores. When she saw me using instant broth cubes, she made a puzzled face, asking what it was. She's never held a knife and doesn't know how to use a vacuum cleaner or washing machine. Essentially, I replaced their previous housekeeper. And my father-in-law must always come first in everything. He believes his meal should be served first, but cooking has a sequence, and sometimes his meal is prepared last. He sulks and refuses to eat, wasting food, so I have to apologize and coax him to eat. He loves to be the first to take a bath, too. If he can't get in immediately after coming home, he gets grumpy. But his return time varies every day, so I never know when he'll be home. Though I thought being wealthy meant not worrying about bills, my mother-in-law scolded me, saying, "It's wasteful." So it seems the wealthy are frugal. Not knowing when my father-in-law would return, if I filled the bath after his arrival, he'd get cranky.
What a useless wife.
Furthermore, I was terrified when my father-in-law once demanded,
Hey, Catherine, scrub my back in the bath.
I responded with no way. Angry at my reaction, my father-in-law yelled,
You're the wife. My word as your husband's father is a given.
That's ridiculous. I firmly refused, so they unplugged the bath before I could use it, leaving me with just showers for 3 days straight after that. But as the last to bathe after my in-laws and husband, I was fine with just a shower. Little did my father-in-law know that I preferred it. However, after a month, I was exhausted from such a lifestyle. One day, I reached my limit. Where's my seat? One evening at dinner, my chair was missing. I tilted my head in confusion as my mother-in-law smirked. You don't need a chair, do you? What? I said you don't need a chair. I told you a wife is a stranger. We have no seat for a stranger here. So stand and eat. Excuse me? A wife sitting with us is too presumptuous. As my mother-in-law made this outrageous statement, my father-in-law smirked. My husband ate silently, not caring at all. In that moment, something snapped. I decided I didn't need to tolerate this anymore. That night, I decided to take action. People often called me natural. I didn't understand it, but it was possibly because I act on my impulses. This morning, as usual, I woke up at 4 a.m. to sweep in the dim light. Halfway through, I saw some early risers, like neighbors heading to work, jogging, or delivering newspapers. I've become familiar with my neighbors. A lady in her 60s who goes for an early walk every morning greeted me.
Good morning. You seem busy today, too.
Good morning. I'm not joking around. I'm sincerely greeting her. But with a slice of bread in my mouth, it's hard to speak clearly.
Are you okay?
The lady looked concerned. It's hard to eat bread without a drink.
Why are you eating while cleaning? What happened?
Still worried, the lady watched as I smiled and explained. My mother-in-law told me to stand and eat the other day.
What? That elegant lady in this house?
Apparently, my mother-in-law pretended to be refined in front of the neighbors. The lady seemed taken aback. Yes, she told me not to sit at the table because I'm a stranger to her. So I decided to eat while cleaning. Seeing the lady's shocked expression, I smiled and resumed cleaning. This way I can finish my chores faster while eating. I can fill my stomach at the same time too. Multitasking allows me more time to prepare breakfast for the three of them. So father-in-law wants grilled salmon over rice, mother-in-law wants pizza toast and vegetable soup, and Tyler wants... what was it?
Oh, are you making 3 different breakfasts?
The lady, still there, asked in disbelief. Yes, I am.
Different menus for each?
Yes.
Every morning?
Yes. Why is she so surprised? As she shook my shoulders, I answered her questions. Leaving the dumbfounded lady behind, I quickly finished cleaning and went inside. Once the three of them finished breakfast, Tyler and my father-in-law left, and my alone time with my mother-in-law began. Catherine, about the soup this morning. I took out some earplugs and put them in my ears. What? What are you doing? Hearing her faintly, I answered, wearing earplugs. My mother-in-law widened her eyes. You! How dare you! Listen to my valuable advice. Excuse me, but could you move over? I need a vacuum. Listen to me first. Please, you're in the way. Earplugs make it hard to tell where the sound is coming from. As I swung the vacuum cleaner around, it hit my mother-in-law's foot. She groaned in pain. Please don't stand behind me without a sound. Are you okay? Ew. I vaguely heard her muttering, but the earplugs were working. I should have done this sooner. Earplugs are a godsend. Oh, there's pasta for lunch. Just microwave it before you eat. Microwave? Not hearing her well, I nodded to whatever she said and resumed vacuuming. Listen to me. Earplugs and vacuuming are the perfect combo. Though my mother-in-law looked like she was yelling, I couldn't hear her at all. Okay, now for the second floor. I saw her standing there as I turned around and the vacuum cleaner hit her foot again. Ah! I heard that one. That was a big one. What are you doing there? Don't you learn? Having decided not to hold back anymore, I said what I wanted. I rolled my eyes at her as she suffered in pain. She was too in pain to glare at me. It was peaceful and quiet at last. Earplugs made chores a breeze. While preparing dinner after shopping, my father-in-law came home. Starting to get old, he's been coming home earlier recently. Today I predicted his arrival and had the bath ready, smiling to myself.
Catherine, the bath.
Yes, it's ready. He looked slightly surprised by my quick response and went to his room. After preparing for the bath, he returned. I wondered if he'd say his usual line.
Hey, scrub my back.
There, he said it. Despite my refusals, he never gave up. I responded, okay, to that. My father-in-law looked shocked.
You'll scrub my back?
You asked me to, didn't you?
Well, yes, but...
He meant it as harassment. If I refused, he could berate me as a bad wife. But that ends today. Smiling, I showed him the item I bought today. I'll scrub your back with this.
What is that?
It's a scrubber. A steel wool scrubber. His face twisted.
What are you saying? Using that would be too painful.
Well, your back must be extremely dirty if you need to ask me to scrub it daily. A grown man should be able to wash their back on their own, but asking me? It must be filthy. Since it's that serious, I'll scrub it thoroughly for you.
No, you don't have to.
Don't be shy.
I'm not being shy. I'm telling you, you don't have to.
Here, let me scrub like this. I scrubbed his arm with a brush.
Oh, enough. No more.
He screamed and fled. Too bad. I prepared it just for him. Maybe I'll use it on my mother-in-law later. Satisfied with my plan, I continued making dinner. My mother-in-law's screams echoed that night. After a few days, my husband returned from a business trip, looking frantic. Oh, you're back. I thought you'd return tomorrow.
My parents called, so I came back early. What do you think you're doing?
I'm just following your parents' wishes. Standing while eating, doing chores, trying to scrub backs, waking up early.
No, not that.
Whatever he wanted to say didn't matter, because he never helped me.
Hey, listen to me.
Nope.
You're listening, though. You're answering me.
True, I thought to myself while sticking my tongue out at him internally. You don't listen to me nor help me out, so I won't listen to you anymore.
Huh?
From now on, I'll just give you my half-assed response. Ignoring my stunned husband, I resumed cooking. Seeing my in-laws' pale faces, I wondered why they looked so scared. Had I done something wrong? I'm just fulfilling my role as a wife.
Catherine.
Ah, I answered vaguely.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
What do you think I am?
Uh-huh.
I'm your husband. You. It's a divorce. I'm divorcing you.
Oh? I couldn't help but smile at those words. Oh, that's a nice thing to hear.
What?
I smiled broadly, showing him the paper I had hidden. My husband looked startled. Good, I'm glad you feel the same. Here, I've signed my part, so sign yours.
What's this? Divorce papers?
Yes, I have prepared them. I anticipated this outcome when I decided to act freely. I'm happy he said it first. I'm so happy you're the one who suggested it first. I thought it'd feel like I was running away if I said it. Well then, make sure to sign it ASAP. And let's ask your parents to be witnesses.
No, I didn't mean it.
Be a man and own your words. Or do I need to scrub your back with steel wool too?
Steel wool?
Hearing my husband scream, my in-laws rushed to persuade him. With their help, the divorce was finalized. They even paid me compensation, wanting me to leave quickly. Regaining my peace, I found a job and resumed my carefree single life. One day, my ex-husband called. When I answered, he complained about the rumors spreading, making it hard to live there. Apparently, many people saw me eating bread while cleaning, and rumors spread about my mother-in-law saying I'm a stranger and that I should stand while eating. Probably the neighbor lady spread the word.
We're being labeled as a terrible family because of you.
It's true, isn't it?
Well, yes. No, it isn't. Do something about it. Explain to them that it was all a lie.
No way. Move if you can't stand it there.
We're broke.
Apparently, the company laid off many employees due to the recession, and his now old father was one of the first to let go. So there's the retirement money then.
Because of the recession, it's a pittance.
How about your salary?
It was recently cut.
Well, bad luck continues, doesn't it?
Stop answering like it's someone else's problem.
It is, though.
Don't say that. You work, right? Please help me.
I don't help those who didn't help me when I needed it. With that, I hung up and blocked his number. I have no idea what happened to them after that. Passing by their house one day, I saw it was gone, the land empty. So I guess they moved. Imagining them in a small apartment, not having enough money for a table, so eating while standing, made me chuckle.